Hello and welcome. I'm Logan with All Paths Taken, and this is part 12 of my 100% walkthrough of Elden Ring. In this episode, we will be exploring the early parts of Altus Plateau and the Shaded Castle. As always, we are going for every secret, every item, and every boss, so, fellow Tarnished, rise and join me on my quest to become the true Elden Lord. So, how we get there is by starting at the Magma Worm Makar Grace at the top of Liurnia, near the northernmost section, and we just run and simply hop on this elevator and boom, we're in Altus Plateau. Now, I am sorry for the delay in these episodes. If you're trying to watch these as I'm uploading them, I apologize for the gap, but as I've mentioned in the last episode, I'm like right in the middle of 60 hours a week and not getting days off and having basically zero energy to do anything. So I'm making sure that I am well rested and I actually have chance to record and edit today so we can get things uploaded in a relatively timely manner. So I know I missed one earlier this week. I apologize. I really tried everything I could to get out of working as much as I'm doing so I can make this stuff for you guys, because I do actually love making these videos. It's one of my favorite things to do in life, is creating these types of things. But I just hate when I can't. You know, this is fun. This is what I want to do, and it sucks that I can't do this all the time yet. But what we're gonna do is we are going to explore this section right over here. We are gonna head northwest. There's a little trail that kind of leads over here along the water that we're gonna follow, as it leads us to a scarab that has an Ash of War, or the Ash of War, Sacred Order. So let's kill this bad boy, and then we're gonna head over here, and we want to head down in betwixt the cavern right here, so we can head into a catacombs. As you saw that statue up top, it's just simply pointing to this point right here. Oh, Wi-Fi. That's fine. I never needed you. Alright, so we're gonna open up these doors, and we are in the Unsightly Catacombs. Alright, so once we hit our grace... wow, I'm dumb. So I wrote down in my notes... run down the stairs and hit your lamp, right? Like, that made me laugh. I immediately thought of Bloodborne. I'm like, that's not a lamp. I meant to hit your grace. But we have to turn this on because we have a couple of enemies that are sleeping in here that we want to kill before they all wake up. Now, I talked about this last episode too. I threw on Blythe's Royal Greatsword. That's what I wanted to use, and it's a pretty simple reason. Right there. That's why. Two-hitting massive enemies at this point in the game is just wild. Like, it's just wild being this strong. Like, I'm pretty sure if I put a couple buffs on, I'd probably be one-tapping everything in this level. Now, we do have... excuse me. Was there an item up there? I don't remember. Nope. There's just Glowwort back there, but we get enough Glowwort in this level. So, when we get down here, he's going to attack... and we could just bait him off the edge so we deal with him later. Then we come through this way, and we have a dog and another big misbegotten. And boom, we get some Glowwort. Now we come through this section, and here we will come back to kill all of those guys that are down below. Because we gotta go this way to... I believe, grab our lever. We just keep running through. Oh, actually, this is what I wanted to show you. So, this is the boss door. But you can aggro an Omen if you step out too far trying to grab the Glowwort. So, we want to go back and kill all of those enemies first. Then we will end up running this way to get to our lever, or our other section of the game later. So, we fall down here. We should have... right around 3 or 4 enemies that we want to kill before we go grab that item. Because the moment we grab that item, right over here, all of them wake up. So we grab the Winged Misbegotten Ashes, and then we can head this way, which I believe leads to our lever. Oh, I thought you were going to go down here. Oh, well. That's fine. And here is our lever. Now, there's nothing to the right side. We want to go to the left because there is a ruin arc. And then we have our omen. No! Dang it, I gotta run all the way back there now. That's a bummer. We'll kill you. And then we're gonna run back. So, that is a prattling prate up there. So it's just a way for you to talk to other players. I forget which one it is. I think it's like the You're Beautiful one. If it's not in this one, then it's in a different catacomb. Alright, so we run around this way. Grab the oh, it's apologies. Look at that. How fitting. I fall down, and we're at our apologies. Yep. Now, if you have all the heals, which I hope you do, we can run in here for a boss fight. This boss fight is a little bit annoying because we have a misbegotten Leonel, or whatever it's called, Leonin, and a Perfumer. So, I suggest you kill the Perfumer first because the Perfumer is going to buff the misbegotten, and then kill the misbegotten second. So, we run up and nuke them. Woo-hoo-hoo! That was so close. Dang, dude. Dang, dude. Woo! Wow, that was wild. And then we get the Perfumer Trisha Ash. Excellent. Now, we get to explore the ruins above. So, I don't think I'm anywhere near leveling up, but I do want to make sure I have full health and full heals. So, we will rest, and we're going to run back out. And then we are going to wrap around right up here, and we're going to get on Torrent. I don't know why I'm running like Bloodborne or Night Rain, but we are running this way. In this little section here, we have a Perfumer. And then we should also have, a little farther up, other than these flower enemies that I'm going to get rid of, so hopefully I don't get poisoned. We also have an Omenkiller. And once you kill him, we should get his armor set. So that should have dropped, because I got his full armor set to drop in the last character. Or on my walkthrough prep. Yep, there we go. We got the full set with the exception of the headpiece. Now we're going to kill all the flowers because we got a chest here, again, trying to avoid to get poisoned. We grab the perfume bottles, and we get the Perfumer cookbook. And again, run up here, kill the flowers. Now we got to kill this big dude. As you can see, behind him we have an item. So close. There we go. Excellent. And his poison went away right away too. Sweet. Alright, so we're almost done. Just got to kill a couple of these dudes. And grab our Perfumer bottle over here while we're at it. Calm down. Now we go down the steps. And we can grab a talisman that is here. Nice. Got the Perfumer talisman. Alright, was that anything else? I flew through this so fast. I didn't even look at my notes. Cookbook. Flower hidden. Staircase. Yep, that's everything. That is everything. Alright, no, hang on. There's one more item. I don't think it really matters. Because it's a craftable. Or a craftable item. Or an item for crafting, I should say. Or mention. Where is it? It is over here, I believe. Yep. All it is budding moss. So if you want to run over here and grab it, you definitely can. If not, either way, you got to run east, as we have an item way over in the corner straight ahead by some small flowers that we got to grab. And then we got to head to another cave. Alright, so running through. And there are our 3 little flowers. There should be an item right behind one of them. Yep. And then we're going to run over here. Is that the corner? No, is it? Is that the cave? Yeah, that's the cave. Okay. I couldn't tell because when I went through on my prep, my walkthrough prep, it was night, so you could very easily tell that there was a cave there because it was way darker than anything else. Alright, so we're going to rest as this cave can kind of be a little tricky. Make sure you have your lamp on. It will help you out very dearly. But this cave has a ton of illusory walls. So, you can grab your craftables if you want. Out here we got a skelly man. Then we want to come this way and roll. And we have 2 chests here that we're going to get. Lost Ash of War. And rejuvenating boluses. And we can come down this little ramp. Grab these 2 items. And then we gotta start hitting. Oh, so satisfying. Oh, so satisfying. Oh, hearing all of their bones crunch under the weight of this massive sword was wonderful. Oh, felt so good. Oh, we get the black hood. We get a shield. And another butterfly. And we come back out and run through the tunnel till we get to a new little section. Now, if you're somebody who's spamming magic as a lefty mage, you can kill those 2 dudes, or you can alert that big boy and kill him. There's an enemy back there on the left. You might be able to see him decently well. That dude is looking at a chest behind an invisible wall. So, once you're done killing these 3 guys, if he doesn't aggro, go kill him, then get your item in the chest. If you want to lure him over with kukri, be my guest, but I am so strong, I just don't care. I'm just going to backstab. So much damage, dude. So much damage. I love being strong in video games when it feels earned. So doing these walkthrough stuff where you feel really, really strong like this feels so awesome. I don't like feeling strong on my first playthrough. Like, really strong like this because, like, I want it to feel like I'm earning the victory. I'm not just getting it handed to me, you know what I mean? Like, there's some games that have a very rough time and they're not very good at balancing the difficulty level of enemies as the game goes on. And, like, you can make the point for Elden Ring's also doing that. Because, like, I'm one-tapping enemies halfway through the game. But you'd also have to be like, dude, you earned it. Look at how much you've done, right? So this feels fair and justified because I'm probably like 20 levels higher than I should be. But we're running out here and we're going to jump once we grabbed all those 3 items. We have another illusory wall with a couple more chests. And we got another illusory wall down there. Ooh, that's my favorite armor. I forgot about that. I forgot that that's in here. Oh, yes. Love it. Oh, wait, hang on. Where's my hood? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's it. The assassin is back. Alright, was that everything? Yep, yes it is. Alright, so this boss, relatively unique. It's a necromancer, and if you see that skull right there, it is also a snail. Woo! Alright, well there we go. Simple enough. Not a very difficult NPC at all. Or a boss fight at all. But once we get that, we get the family of heads, flail, that's his weapon, and then we come right back out. Now, from here, we want to actually warp near the start of Altus Plateau once we get out of the cave. and we want to head back to the abandoned coffin. Alright, so from here, we have a couple of omens to kill. There's one going to be right up there, and there's going to be another one that's wandering around. So we want to kind of alert this one. And grab this smithing stone 5. I was going to be very upset if I could not grab it. Beauty. And then we got this one that we need to kill. And then we're going to run up this way and hop onto this coffin. As we got a whimpering omen over here. I mean, you could say he's snoozing, but I don't think he is. And we just run and jump. Dang, that's a lot of damage. Alright, and there we go. That's the last little item section over here that we really have to worry about. Couple things I would mention as well is if you go that way, I know there looks like stuff over there, but there's not. I went that way during the day, I went that way during the night, there's nothing. There's just an omen that you can see walking around over there. I went all the way over to the edge, didn't find anything that was important. So, you want to go look, be my guest. Same thing with that way, there is really nothing to worry about or nothing to look for. We just gotta head this way and grab these items. If the game will let me. There we go. Ruler's mask and robe. And then we head up and we avoid the dragon. This dragon fight is similar to the Adula one. You don't have to fight this boss at all. You can just ride right by because when you run and meet this boss later in the game, it's going to be at full health anyway. So, it's up to you if you want to fight it. I'm not going to fight it. I think it's a waste of time. So, we're just going to run right past it. And we're going to rest over here at this race. Oh, before I rest, let me grab my golden seed. I love Altus Plateau, man. Like, this view right here has got to be my favorite view in the game. I just love it so much. Like, when I play, or when I read books, and I read fantasy books like Stormlight Archive, or Lord of the Rings, or anything like that, and they talk about different castles and forests and things, this is kind of what I visualize right here. It's like Miyazaki and George R.R. Martin got together and created something that was just ripped right out of Middle-earth and just good old-fashioned fantasy books. You know what I mean? Like, if you're a fantasy guy, you probably thought this is something similar, or I might have just said that to you now, and you're like, oh my god, that's 100% accurate, right? So, I love this area. This area is my favorite area in the game. However, we're not going to go do all of Altus Plateau. We are actually going to do the Shaded Castle, because that is a place that is kind of hidden, and a lot of people just forget about it, to be honest. Like, my first playthrough, I never even went to it. I didn't know it was there. I had no idea. I even had the map and everything, and I was like, I don't think I've been to this area yet. Oh well. And then I just beat the game. So I was at that point, I was probably around like 180 hours, and I was like, you know, I just kind of want to beat this thing. I feel like I've done everything I can. And boy, oh boy, I was dead wrong. I didn't do anything. I did like half of the game. Alright, but we're running north because we got one tunnel to go through. Got to grab some upgrade materials from it if you're using a regular weapon instead of a somber weapon. Or if you want to upgrade a bow or something like that, this is what this is going to be used for. So, old Altus Tunnel. What? Oh, that's right. I was mashing roll button, but I forgot. You got to get rid of the menu before it works. Gonna ride through here. Almost slipped off. That would have made me a little upset. And here's your grace. Alright. So we're gonna run through here. We have a couple of enemies inside. If you are using a fire weapon, I would not recommend using it in this one because these are all explodey barrels. They go boom. They go boom big time. So, don't use a fire weapon in this cave. Then we're going to turn right, and we're going to climb up this ladder. This is a very short cave, very short tunnel. So you're going to be through this stuff real quick. In here, we got a couple dogs to kill. And then we got a talisman to pick up. As we come out, there should be enemies alerted. And then we got the diggers to kill. I do want a pickaxe, though. So if you guys could please drop the pickaxe, I would be very happy. Ah, man. I've farmed for one weapon. I'm not going to farm again. I farmed for the Halo Scythe. That's enough for me. I don't need to farm anymore for weapons. Alright, now we run this way. Got 2 more diggers to kill. We get the smithing stone 5 and some golden runes. Then we want to run and jump onto the top of the roof. You want to grab this smithing stone, drop down, and then we're going to run over here. And we're going to kill a dog. Then we're going to kill a digger. Then we get 2 5s and a somber 5. Then when we run back, there's going to be a couple of Lindell Knights, the heavy armor dudes, kind of like what we fought already. Oh, nice. He saw me. Beautiful. Saves me having to track him down. Nice. They didn't hear anything. Then we're going to take a left, kill that digger, grab the items. Now we run in here and kill 2 more dogs and grab a hammer. Then we have another knight to kill. Alright, once they are all dead, we run through the other shack and we grab a smithing stone or a somber 4. Then we gotta run around on both sides of this shack. One to grab a smithing stone 5. Then we gotta run around the other way to grab a somber 6. And now, ladies and gents, we are at our boss fight. Boss fight is a troll fight. It is basically the exact same thing as what you have already done in Limgrave. So don't really worry about anything, because it's going to be the same fight. But again, you're using a fire weapon. Not the smartest choice. Not the smartest choice at all. Man, that was hard. Whew. Wow. Oh. Almost struggled. I almost forgot that this was supposed to be a fight. Alright, so now from here... Ooh, you know what? Which way do I need to go? Yeah, it's fine. We'll just go this way. Alright, so from here... We're gonna run this direction. Oh, that's not it. Too far. Too far. Right here. This is the item I was looking for. We want to look for this item. Oh, thank God I got it. That was awkward and not the way I wanted that to go, but that's fine. And then we're going to run this way towards the shaded castle. Now, we have a couple of different paths you can take to get into the castle. I would suggest, as you approach the shaded castle, that you kind of decide for yourself what you want to do. As you can see, there's a grace over there to the right. We also got some stuff beyond the castle to the left, but we are going to actually go to the right side of the castle, and then we're going to work our way around the edge of the castle. So, I initially went that way because of the NPC encounter, but after I actually made notes and paid attention to what's all around the castle, it's much simpler to go on the inside. Where's that item? There's another item over here somewhere. Right here. So we grab these 2 items so we don't have to leave the castle until we are on the exact other side of the walls. We're going to go all the way down to the end. That way we don't start in an area where we're going to be surrounded by enemies. We'll have all of the enemies on one side. So right here. When you're inside, you will automatically come off torrent. Now there's 2 enemies up here. Oh, that was just rude. There we go. Beauty. Ooh, Perfumer's scarf. Golden runes. Nice, nice. Now we got this dude to kill. Got him. Alright, before we go too far, we got to come back a little bit. I wanted to kill that guy to make sure we didn't have any issues. Now, we got a couple things that we want to do. We want to kind of roll off here and run underneath and come up top to grab a painting. And then we want to run and jump out this little window. A ton of enemies are going to spawn in. So just grab and go. You don't need to worry about anything. And then go right back up to the top. Now, this is the tricky part. You got to kind of walk on the wall edge and hop on the wall edge a little bit because we have a stone sword key that we need to get. It's right over here. So we're going to kind of run. Oh, I failed that. I failed that completely. Dang it. Well, that's okay. Because we just run around this edge here. You don't have to kill these dudes. Perfectly fine if you don't. Ouch. Ouch. Don't let me fall, please. There we go. Perfect. And then we just get the grace. Now, please don't rest. I know it's tempting. You have levels. You have at least one level that you could use, or you're right around that point. But it's not worth it. I'm going to be honest. It's not worth it. It's not worth the headache. Because you got to kill at least one Perfumer again. And sometimes they can do a lot of damage. But if you're desperate, go ahead. Just come right back up. And every time you fall, you're just going to do the same thing again. So right here. And over to the edge. Run and jump. Oh, I didn't do it right. Well, I'll be back when I actually do it. No. Oh, thank God I made it first try. Yep, first try. First try. First try. First try. First try. Only try I've ever had. Only one. Never failed. Never failed. Not once. Not even. Not even a thought. Alright, now we can rest. How close am I to a level? Ah, it's not high enough. That's fine. So, nothing that way. We just got a couple enemies over here that we're going to kill because there's an item that we want. Alright, so from here, we've kind of done everything that way, or on that side. So now we actually want to kind of jump down into the poison swamp, but we can run on these hard pieces. And we're going to run over to where we see that item. Now we're just running up, grabbing the smithing stone 4. Now we're going to run to that flat piece over there. There will be some basilisks in here, or on the roof over there, that you're probably going to need to kill. Just waiting to see where they are. Oh, interesting. They're not up yet. What the heck? That's weird. Alright, but we're going to run over here now. Grab this. There, the basilisks. Again, you can kill them if you want to. I'm not. I'm just going to run by them. We can grab this fire grease. Run over. And we can grab this smithing stone 5. And then we're going to run this way. Now we want to run to the roof over here. Memory serves me. Yep, because we got a couple of perfumers to kill. Ah, you fell. That sucks. Alright, so that's done. Now we can run up here, and we're on a new section of the wall. So to the right, we got an enemy and a perfumer. Oh, I got poisoned. The poison's what kills me? Dang it. Oh well, that's fine. That's fair, I guess. Alright, where are you? You, come here. There we go. We got a few more enemies to kill. What? Those guys are strong. Look at them. There, we keep heading down this way. There is a grab over here on the right. Let's see if I can show you. Yep. These guys will grab twice, so you kind of got to pay attention and look out for that. Oh, yep, there it is. No. Alright, so through all of that, we get to run over here for another Perfumer. Then we get an item. Smithing Stone 5. Alright, from here, let me look to see where I'm at. Gotta remember. Alright, where am I at? Yes, that's the way we want to go. So from here, we want to go this way. We want to avoid that little spot for now. We will get there eventually. That's where our next grace is, but we got a couple other things to do. So you can kill this dude if you need to. Because we got one little section of this outer wall to explore. And then we are done over here. Grab the boluses. And we come out this way. Beauty. Beauty. Alright, so this is the other exit or entrance that you can take to get in here if you run on the left side of the wall. But we are going to run down here before this guy gets all excited and grab another Smithing Stone 5. And we gotta go right back up. And then we come back this way and we are heading out of the castle. The reason we are now heading out of the castle, leave me alone, is because we have an enemy over here, an NPC to kill that has a pretty cool weapon. So if you're ever thinking about trying to do a rot build, this is a good rot weapon that you can use. I know, put up a heck of a fight. But we get a rapier. It's pretty cool. It's probably my favorite rapier in the game. Because it's just really fast. It does a ton of damage. I whiffed. Wow. Ah, good move. Alright, and we wanted to kill this dude because over here we have another item that we need to grab. Smithing Stone 5. Now, you can either warp back, but in all honesty, warping is kind of a little, like, long. We're already pretty much right next to where we need to be in order to get through the rest of the castle. So, just hop back on your horse, and we're going to ride this way quick to go get some moonlight shards that I forgot about until I saw the altar. So we're going to grab these starlight shards, not moonlight shards. Then we head right back over to that break in the wall. Come on, come on. There we go. Good job. Good job. Alright, now we run out. Again, you can kill some of these dudes if you need to. Now we run and jump onto the rooftop. And now, let me see, there's a tree somewhere that has an item. This one? Yes. Ah, yes, this is the Revenant spot. So if you don't like Revenants, I apologize, you do have to fight one. But he's not really hard. See, look at that. Easy. Easy enough. Sacrificial Twig, Somber 5. And then we gotta run through the poison. Ah, I didn't make it. That's fine. Through the poison over to this. And then we're going to hit our Grace. Now, we do have another spot that we need to actually go. But I want to hit the Grace first so we can always warp back to our Grace next. Now, there is an enemy right here that we gotta kill. There's another one down the stairs, so pay attention. And then, eventually, we're gonna go get the Grace right over there. But we actually want to head this way first. So we do have to kill these dudes over here. Or I should say we do have to kill at least one of these dudes because we will come back here eventually. So, oh, they all saw me. Dang it. That's why I can't have nice things doing stuff like that. Alright, but we had to kill those guys because we're eventually going to run that way up to the ladder and then around for another Perfumer's bottle. But before we do that, let's head to the left. There are a couple trap enemies down this way. Aside from just those dudes, there's actually two more on the right. One on each side of the next two pillars. So we kind of want to bait them out. Hopefully the other one will just kind of shoot out. Perfect. So what their job is, basically, is to push you over the edge where we already were by the flower earlier. But now we got a Cleanrot Knight. And here is an item that we have to give to Milicent, who I forgot to talk to, I just realized. But that's okay. She asked for the Valkyrie's prosthesis, or an arm, so she can start fighting again, because she misses the thrill of a fight. So, we will eventually give that to her. But now, we run and jump. We're going to go get the Grace first, so in case we die, we can just come right back to the Grace. That will save us from running a little bit. Alright, up to you if you want to rest, but I'm literally not going to fight anybody because there's just kind of no point to fighting all of these dudes. So, from here, we got an item by the tree over here that we want to grab. And then we just kind of run across. It's alright if you get poisoned, just make sure you heal through it. We did pick up some boluses as well that you can use. Rude. Alright, there we go. So, let's heal. I'm going to throw on one of those boluses. Alright, once we kill them, get another Smithing Stone 5. Then we can run this way to kill another Perfumer. Oh, I'm dead. Alright, then up here, we have our Perfume bottle. And that is every item that we need up to this point through the Shaded Castle. Alright, let's level up. Alright, so from here, we have one more thing that we need to do before we go inside the actual castle. All we got to do is run and jump down here. Now, if you got kukri on or a bow or something like that, make sure you put those on. Hang on, that's not right. Where's my kukri? There we go. Alright, so we don't want to get too much closer than this because there is a Revenant that will spawn in. So as soon as this guy starts turning, yuck a dagger, and have him come over, and then you kill him quickly. Come on, take your time. Oh my god, this guy's annoying. Why can I not hit him? There we go. Alright, Revenant spawned in, which is fine. Sneaky, sneaky. Boom, baby. Ah, I didn't get it. Ouch. And there we go. If you're wondering why I didn't choose the Dark Moon Greatsword, it is because this sword exists. I love this sword. And then we get some rot grease. And that is every item in the Shaded Castle in the first two sections of the game, or of the castle. Alright. From here, we are going to take a right and kill a dog. If you wanted to learn more lore about this place, you can talk to that dude. But this is what I wanted to show you. It's super creepy. See how this statue right above my head is looking at me? Now as I walk closer, it turns over there. Oh, isn't that creepy? Oh, it's so creepy. It's so creepy. I don't know why it renders in that way, but that's just how it is. It's really weird, really freaky. And we just kind of hop on the ladder and climb up like nobody's business. Just completely leaving those evil spirits there to not torment us. Alright, kill the dogs, and then in the next room we got a couple traps. Then we have a page over here that we gotta kill. Oh, alright. Well, whiff, whiff. We both whiffed. I whiffed again. There we go. And crunch. And then we go up top, because we got an item up top to grab. Got a cookbook, and we can fall right back down. No fall damage necessary. And then we come out here and turn to the right. Kill a dog. Then we got a Cleanrot Knight that sees us. Maybe. Ow. Ow. That weapon is so strong. It's rude. Alright, then we run this way to come through here for another trap room. And then up top we have a page with a crossbow that has Perfumer bolts. So you get hit by that thing, you're going to get obliterated. So just so you know. Now out here we have some dogs to kill. If you run to the right over here, we got one dog that we can kill right away. We can grab a smithing stone 5. And then we can kill this dude before the other dogs appear. Beauty. And then we're going to go over here and kick down this ladder. This is the shortcut that gets you right back to the Grace. So the Grace is right over there on that other platform. You hop down the ladder, run across, climb up, and you are right to this spot where all you got to do is kill a couple dogs and a Cleanrot Knight, and then you're good to go to the boss fight. Now, for the boss fight, it is a bell-bearing hunter. It is the exact same fight as always. If you are looking to make this fight incredibly easy, parry. Parry, parry, parry. Parry, 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 parry. Other than that, it's the same fight like always. Oh my god. So much damage. No. Oh, I missed. Oops. Alright, we both missed. Beauty. Oops. Why no fun stuff, dude? There we go. That's the fun stuff I'm talking about. God, what a way to go. Getting crunched by this sword. Oh, what a way to go. But now we get the most fun weapon in the game, in my opinion. I think this weapon is so hilariously fun. It's just so good. I enjoy it a lot. Will I switch to it? Probably. I really like that weapon. It's so much fun to use. Where is it? Right there. It's so much fun to use. I just love how it looks like a little baby sword when we have it, and then when he has it, it's just massive. And then when we two-hand it, we get the drill too. Oh, so cool. So cool. Alright, but that's the Shaded Castle. Now we want to warp back to Erdtree-Gazing Hill, or Gazing Hill, whatever you want to call it. And now we're supposed to talk to Milicent. You know, I was supposed to do that a while ago, but I just didn't, you know? I just didn't. Because I'm a dummy. But we're running up this way. Gotta show her my fancy sword.
Ah, we meet again. In truth, it's been smooth sailing for me. The scarlet rot has stilled since last we met. As such, I've been able to continue my journey.
You're welcome.
Rather vexingly, I realized that if I still had my sword arm, I could have aided you in battle.
Well, news for you. I just found an arm. So, took it off a dead guy.
Are you giving me this arm?
You're welcome. I know.
I am in your debt.
I'm so generous.
I think
Took it off a dead dude.
if the arm serves well enough, it might be possible for me to wield a sword again.
Well, that's good. I'm glad I helped.
If the arm serves well enough, it might be perhaps.
Alright, now we have basically unlocked her as a helper in battle. Before we go rest, I don't think we need to rest. We can just move on. So now we're going to head towards Mount Gelmir. And the reason I'm thinking of it this way is because when we hit the roadblock where we actually stall the gameplay is when we move to Lindell, the royal capital, and that way. So this, well, it is right in front of us, and we got a boatload of things we can grab, like golden seeds, Estus flasks, sacred tears that give us more heals and things like that, or more health per heal. We'll do that in the next one. Honestly, Mount Gelmir is not much harder. It's about the same. So we're going to do that first, because it's just a little smaller. And the first thing we're going to do is this boss fight. Oh, that's a lot of damage. So if you see any items, feel free to grab them. And then we're just going to start whacking. God, that's a lot of damage. Killed him. Alright, from here, you get the tibia summons from that and some death root. Honestly, just ride through the bottom of the ruins. There's not much over here on this section. In the next section, there's a lot of items, so pay attention to that. We just got one item through here, I believe. Maybe two. Oh, nope, I grabbed that other one over there. And then we can start heading up the hill, because we got ruins to check for and items to grab from in here. And then, once we are done with that, we have a catacomb up top that we will probably end our episode there. Because that catacomb is not super long. Oh, I missed an item. It's right here. There's another item. Alright, was that it? Or is there more? Should be a, I would say, should be a stone sword key spot somewhere. I whiffed. There we go. Alright, gotta clear the way out so they don't block me in there. Let's use a stone sword key since we have so many. And then when we come down here, we just got a couple of enemies to kill. Oh, beauty. I'm glad you chose to do that instead of spamming magic that I can never dodge. Makes life grand. And we get our talisman. Lovely. Alright, so now we can hop back on Torrent, and then we can continue up the hill through the ruins, as we have gathered pretty much everything inside of them. There might be like one or two small items that I grabbed, but this ruin... These ruins didn't really have anything major anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. The main thing to get was just that talisman, so... I will also mention, if you would like to go back to Gronk and deliver the death root to get more goodies from him, he'll just give you more incantations, and eventually he'll give you a great hammer as well. But that'll be once we get the last one done in the Mountaintop of Giants. Oh, I forgot about those items too. The boss weapons that we can get. So if you feel like you want... let me see. Let me show you. If you want the big deer antler horns as a weapon, as a great axe, or if you want Estelle's flail, basically his tail as a flail, or if you want Radon's great swords that he has, both of them, by all means, pick them up. Pick them up. If not, just use them for money. I haven't decided what I'm doing with them yet. That's why I'm still hanging on to them. Alright, so let me get down to the catacombs, make sure I know where I'm going. Let's see, the boss doors, continue down the path, and push the elevator. Avoid this button. It shoots lightning. It hurts. And as we go down the elevator, there is no secret path underneath. Only death, so pay attention to that. You don't need to send this one back up, because we do have to go back up to the boss room in order to finish it. So... run over here, avoid the big slams of the axe. We got a couple of imps to kill. And we run through for another imp ambush. That was nasty. That was a sick dodge, gotta be honest. Grab the glowwort. Run straight down. And here we have a couple of traps. So pay attention to that. That's why I stopped running, because I wanted them to fall so I don't have to deal with them. There's also a button there in the middle that you might have seen. Just try to avoid it. And then we got to kill this dude because he will follow us. he will most definitely follow you. So make sure you kill that knight. Alright, then at the top of the catacombs, you can see we got an enemy up above. Ow! Ouch! Fall down. Kill him. And more stone sword keys in order to get in. Then we get another talisman. And we come through. This floor is a trap floor. So you can see the spikes on the ceiling. Just run straight across, and if you're worried about getting hit, you can jump as well. It stops it a little earlier. Fully heal, as when you walk in this room, there's going to be a couple enemies as well. Let's see if I can find them. There should be another guy with a sword somewhere. There he is. Did not see him. And then we got a knight. Ouch, kabibbles. And we get our lever. Alright, now we don't need to kill that dude. If you want to, you most definitely can. Oh, we do need to. Look at that. Now, we want to be here, here, and then fall right underneath to get behind a gate that we saw earlier so we can grab some items. There are also some crabs in here, so pay attention to where you're at. Alright, grab the lever. And then we run out and we retrace our steps back through the area so we can get back to the elevator to go fight the boss. Man, we've done a lot of stuff in an hour. Like, we're coming up on my timer right at 60 minutes. I went through an entire legacy dungeon. Granted, I don't know if you call that a legacy dungeon, the Shaded Castle, but I would. There's a lot there. But I went through an entire legacy dungeon, a tunnel, and 2 catacombs in 1 hour. That's pretty wild. I did it again, god dang it. Ah, gave me a heart attack. Alright, but this boss is an absolute joke. It is just a watchdog. Like, we're probably going to kill it in 3 hits, maybe 4 hits. Take your time. Take your time. Just walking the dog. No big deal. There we go. Woo! Got him out of the air, baby! What a tough fight, man. Oh, God. I just struggled through that. You know, when he was walking and I was walking, that was so difficult. So difficult. Okie dokie. I think I got... Yeah, I got time. I got about 20 minutes of recording left, then I gotta be done, so I can start editing. Because I'm still in the middle of another 60-hour week, so I got like, how many days left? I got like 3 days left worth of work. All of them are ungodly amounts of hours, so I gotta get editing. That's what I gotta get. So, we are going to do one more cave, because the cave isn't super long. And then we will probably be done there. Alright, but we got a beetle to kill. Gives us the Ash of War Barrage. A really good Ash of War for bows. Then we just kind of avoid all the burnies as we're running through. Then we grab our golden seed. We got another item by the rock over here. And then we got a couple more items over there that we're going to grab as basilisks appear. If you want to kill these basilisks, you can. It's not a huge deal, as when we get up here, we will just simply use the stone sword key. And then we'll probably just kill this knight that's right here, this little MVP, as I like to call him, and then we will go into the cave. Alright, so when we get to the Grace, just rest, reset the world. That way we don't have to worry about anybody following us. And then we'll go through the cave. The Seethewater Cave. Or is it Seethewater? Might be Seethewater. You know, 3 words combined to one. Makes sense. Alright, but we are going to head down the tunnel. There'll be a little side path. There'll be a little side path with some knights. And we run down the tunnel. We have a drop-off. So at the bottom of this drop-off is poison. So as soon as we hit the bottom, we got a little spot that we gotta kill a couple enemies. We want to run right out here. And then you'll notice an enemy there. And you'll see a blob run down. So we just want to run over here and kind of avoid the center of the area so we don't get hit by that. And again, you're probably going to get poisoned. Don't worry too much about it because we are going to run through this level. And we do have our poison blossoms as well. Ah, I just said don't run down the middle and then I do that. That's fine. We run up top. We have rats. That was satisfying. That'd have been even more satisfying if I would have killed the big rat in one swing too. Alright, then we go back down. And now we run out this way. We have several of these shroom heads to kill. Again, don't worry about it too much. They won't do a ton of damage. Main thing is just to watch out for is when they spray poison everywhere, because the poison will also do chip damage as well as poisoning. Then we want to head southwest, as we got a couple more rats to kill. I forget you can't use R1, so you gotta use your R2 on the little boys. Then when we get to the top, we have a couple more shroom heads to kill. Was this an illusory? Nope. Thought it was. Got another one to kill. And as we wrap around the wall, got another one to kill. Good tracking on your attacks, sir. Alrighty. They are dead. We can use that. Then we want to head back the way we came. Now we're going to head northwest as we have another drop-off section. So pay attention to what side you're falling off as we're looking for more platforms. We look for less platforms. That means death. Oh, I missed my platform, didn't I? Nope, I nailed it. Cool. Alright, perfect. I thought that was the platform I needed to be on. But we want to land here so we can grab our poison bone darts. And then we want to fall one last time down to the bottom. Then we want to head northwest so we can kill the rat. And grab another golden rune. And then we head down, I believe, to our boss fight. Oh, I thought that was another path. I was like, what? That's not what my notes said. Alright, so really tough boss here, man. Like, oh god, I don't know if we're going to be able to do it. Just super tough, man. Super tough. Super tough. Oh, man. That was so hard. So hard. Alright, but we did need to go do that not only for the 100% purposes, but it also has a really, really, really good build variety talisman. So, I'll show you real quick. Hopefully I don't get attacked. Where is it? So, when you have rot or poisoning in the vicinity, it increases your attack power. So if you have that bad boy on, and you have that one rapier that we found, this bad boy, that deals rot damage, or if you have that dagger as well, that also deals rot damage, you got a pretty good little build going on of rot. Kinda sweet, kinda cool. So, keep that in mind if you want to ever do like a rot build. That is a must-have for any rot build. But now we're going to keep heading northwest, and we are going to stop, I think, right at the edge of a fort. And we will start there, as the next episode will be all about Mount Gelmir, and we will get through pretty much everything there. So, make sure you give these things a very wide berth. They do have a massive hitbox. I don't know why they're so massive, but they are. They're pretty huge. Alright, let's grab the rune, and then we are going to stop right at this grace as we will move through that fort in the next episode. We will start off by getting a really good hammer, then we'll talk to Alexander, and then we will make our way to a hero's grave, and then we'll warp to a different side of Mount Gelmir, and then we'll go that way all the way through the rest of the mountain. So, we have explored a ton in this area, and we've done it all without a map. That's the cool part about Elden Ring, is you don't need a map to get anywhere in this game if you really don't want it. So, keep that in mind. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. But, I hope you all have a fabulous day. If you liked the video, make sure you click that like button. It helps me out a lot. If you want more of my content, make sure you subscribe, as I upload around 2 videos a week. All videos are around an hour to 3 hours long, depending on what I got going on, you know? So, I'll see you all in the next episode. I hope you all have a fabulous day.